Okay.
Members of the media, we're about to start. Thank you.
Thank you.
Check 1, 2, all devices on, ready. And ones that you're not using, please switch them off or put on silence. We have a pleasure of welcoming the visiting team and the winning coach, Coach Rhulani Mokwena. Thank you very much for joining us. We're starting with asking you to give us the summary of what you saw happening in the 90 minutes plus.
Thanks, leadership. Good evening to members of the media. Congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club. Congratulations to the players. Not easy, but maybe from a tactical perspective, maybe not one of the games that I enjoyed so much, Yeah.
Thank you very much. We're going straight to members of the media. Open a few questions. Your name and a quick question directly so that the coach can answer. Mark, you can go for it if your voice is okay.
Yes, sir. Coach, can you expand a bit? Because you are saying you didn't enjoy it from a tactical perspective, but we are now left cold hanging on those very words. Can you tell us why you didn't enjoy it from a tactical perspective?
Mark, I have to speak to the players first. I have to speak to the players first about the performance, but generally it was just too open, not enough control. But the reasons for that, I'm going to speak to the players first before I come out in the media about it.
Thank you. We're moving right away. Next tent, going. We're about to release the coach. That's really. Can the mic get here so that the other members can hear? Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. Congratulations on winning 12 wins in a row. I know that you don't want to expand more. Do you think when you had what looked like a more dominant first half and then maybe second half, Chiefs came back, and does maybe issues of complacency creep in, which lead to what you don't want to talk about now?
No, not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just out of respect for my players. I want to speak to the players first about and review it with the players first, and they must be privileged to hear my opinions first before the public, and they haven't heard my opinion. So, but do not misinterpret that for dissatisfied. No, I'm not dissatisfied with the effort and the commitment, but there's more to a football match than just effort and commitment, and organizational forms were good, but generally I just felt the game was too open.
Thank you.
Coach Ranger from Leadership Times.
Sure, Lawrence.
A record 12 wins, as Belile alluded on the top in the DSTV Prem. Does that allude that Sundowns is the best Sundowns squad ever, or perhaps that your DSTV Prem rivals are not up to the standard of yesterday?
I don't know if that was posed as a question to whoever held the record, and it's a pity that. Yeah. Look, I think huge kudos to the football club. Huge round of applause to everybody involved at the club for what we see. Can never have been an individual contribution or makeup. So congratulations to the collective. Congratulations to the entire group of players and the Motsepe family and the board and everybody involved in putting together the Sundowns that we see today.
Thank you.
Thanks. Coach Kenzana from Sundowns Federal.
Sure, Kenz.
In the previous game against SuperSport United, you said you were dissatisfied with the space between the centre backs and your midfield, because you felt like you didn't engage the strikers enough. Today, saw even the Woho trying to pull Grant and Toby to say they must come a bit higher. Even Ronan at times was on top of the D-line. Were you at least satisfied with that aspect of the game tonight?
Believe me, there was a lot of things I was very happy about. But I'm that type of person that I try to say to the players, we can do more. We can do more. We can improve. There's a lot of things that we can improve, and we will focus on getting better and better and better.
Coach Tamashabala Joseph from Sports. I'm here, Coach. I'm looking at Ronan Williams. He has actually learned to make you play from the back. Is this how or what you had in mind when you brought him on board, that he should be that key player, that players play from him? Even when Chiefs was pressing you high, he was still the key point. Just tell us about his role, apart just from stopping goals.
No, congratulations, as I said, to everybody involved in the Sundowns that we see. That includes the recruitment department, that includes everybody that works in the scouting department and trying to invest. That includes the generosity from the Motsepe family that goes into that space and how they invest in football. And then for sure the individual qualities come to the front, and we try to create schemes or structures or some form of mechanical things to work on that suit the needs and the qualities of the players and the team. So maybe for me, maybe it's more happy birthday to Ronza, and it's a clean sheet. So apart from the talk is good, but the talk could be different if one or two of the situations, because it's very risky to play with the goalkeeper, and there were one or two situations where it's easy to say, but what are they doing? So it works out for us. It's important for us because big teams must have 11 players in possession on the pitch. And we try to do that with Ronwen as the starting point of our build-up scheme, for sure.
We head into the last few questions.
Coach, the last 3 games that you guys won went as fluid maybe, or as straightforward as the other matches that you won. Does it speak to what you always said, I think, in the first 3 or 4 matches of you being in charge, saying that even though you were winning that well, there was still a lot to be done because you had to grind, even though it's 12 in a row now? And then I think the next one now, you've got a TS Galaxy side that beat you. Obviously the question will come similar to the Super Sport one, where these are the only 2 teams that beat you. Are you looking at that as, you can't avoid another, you can't have a bit of a similar situation where they trick your opponent?
Yeah, well, we always have to improve. We have to get better. We say it after winning. I think today's performance was slightly better than the last 2, although it's still a little bit too open, but okay. I speak from a coaching perspective when I say we have to improve. And when I say that, people say, but he's trying to be modest and all of that. But we have to improve. We have to get better. And even if we win 15 in a row, 16 in a row, 20 in a row, and even if we lose, we still have to get better. There's no ceiling, and we have to think about that and know that. So we'll work hard to always improve and get better and keep trying to make our supporters happy and play the type of football that will make everyone happy.
Last question.
TS Galaxy.
Sorry about
Yeah, difficult team, but the focus now for sure is how do we recover, get a very good night's sleep, a lot of hydration for the players, and then try to make sure that tomorrow morning we come in, we do some region work, and also we flush this game out of our system, and we speak about it. So that's the immediate focus for sure before we go into a TS Galaxy side that's well coached. I watched them yesterday, well coached, and you know why they beat us. You know, you can see why they beat us, and we will know after tomorrow. We will know more or less what we have to do to we're not motivated by revenge that comes from a very dark place, but we are motivated by trying to win every single match, and that's what we will try to do when we go to Mpumalanga.
Rajab, if you can prepare the next coach as we take the last question there.
Peter Kaizer, Far Post, writer based in Malawi. Coach, may you explain to us what the sort of opposition that you faced in terms of what you expected and how Chiefs played this game tactically?
Well, I don't think it's my place to talk about how Chiefs play tactically. I've spoken a lot about it. I've given a lot of praise, and not undue. I still concede that Chiefs play well. They play very well. The performances against Amazulu were good. The performances against Sikukune, the performance against Golden Arrows was very good. So the last three performances before this was performances that for sure reflect a very good side with a coach that the club knows is with history and a legacy. But for sure, once again, most important for me is to say I'm very proud of the players. They work very, very hard. It's not easy to do what they are doing, and even though I'm a coach that always demands more and wants more, but there's still a lot of pride and a lot of humility, a sense of humility towards them for the hard work and everything that they invest.
The Champions League group stages is also starting next month. So how important for you was to get to that stage, having this big cushion that you have behind you, knowing that there's maybe a cup starting, but when you look at those features of the Champions League, how they are also crammed as well. It's just too much there.
Yeah, well, with a gap or without a gap, with 2 points, 1 point, nothing changes. The mandate would always be win the next match, and that's what we focus on because nothing changes.